Hello everyone and welcome to Pathology. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. My Wednesday has been fairly good. It rained quite hard this afternoon, but now it looks like it's sunny, so that's good. Emily went to Texas this morning, so she's there right now. She'll be there until Saturday, and it's the end of my work day, so now I'm going out. I actually have to go out and go to the Industry, which is where our friends had their wedding, reception. So they had their reception there, and I think they have some leftover stuff that needs picked up, but they're away on their honeymoon, so I'm gonna go and pick up whatever they have left there. So I'm going to the Industry, and that's what's happening. You know, so downtown, the past week, they've started a ton of construction, and it's kind of crazy. I'm like, this is a lot. Like, lanes are turning into one lane that, should be like 2 or 3 lanes, and so I'm gonna drive through the city and make my way to Industries. I don't think I'm gonna go inside. Well, I probably will, but I probably won't film. So it's a warehouse, and it's cool. You know, it's right beside Lucas Stadium, and it has a cool view of the skyline. It's a great place to have a reception or a party or anything. So, okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye. So right here is the Industry in front of us, and there's the doors, and then right there is where the Colts play. That's Lucas Oil Field. Lucas Oil Stadium. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'll see you in a second. Bye. Hello, everyone. So I am back from the Industry, and that's I got the stuff I needed. You know, it was really crazy that when you were driving there, in front of the monument, not the circle monument, you know, the war memorial, the street lights were not working, you know? So I cannot talk today. The street lights were not working. They were flashing red, and there's hundreds of cars, you know, zooming in and out. So I'm just like, oh, this is literally my worst nightmare. So, but thankfully I wasn't in the far left lane to go straight. So someone else led the way, but I'm just like, this is crazy. You know, it was very similar to what happened to Emily when she was at a stoplight. It was like it was backed up all the way. And at this light, it was backed up, you know, to the other light. And I'm like, this is crazy. Just from one light. It's, you know, but granted, it was probably during rush hour. Yeah, it was. So, yeah, but I'm thankful, you know, I'm alive. Nothing bad happened. I did have 2 people honk at me, but, you know, it was just a very crazy drive over, you know, people over here trying to get somewhere super fast. And then, someone cut in front of me, and they saw an open spot, and they park on the road. So they swerved over into my lane. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And then the guy behind me honked and was like, hey, blah, 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 and just kept honking. I'm like, oh, wow. This is a lot of drama just to get to your destination. That's why it's nice. I mean, that is one thing about the city. I mean, maybe the city is for some people and you love city driving, but I'm just like, I feel like most people that drive every single day in the city, they, you know, for example, looking around the parking garage I'm in, there's a lot of cars that have dents in them and little, like, obviously they've been in accidents. And I think that's more common when you're in places like this, when you're like driving in high speed. It's not high speed, it's just aggressive driving. But it's probably nothing compared to, you know, other cities like Dallas or Houston or Texas. I know Texas is crazy. DC, I will say Washington, DC driving, no thank you. Honestly, it was a nightmare. Like, well, you know, I think Washington, DC for me, it was more of getting into the city, but the city itself is pretty rough. So Indy is not bad. It's really not. But, during certain times when you're in places that only locals would drive, it's like a bunch of drama, which almost any place is. I mean, even big suburbs can be that way too. So, but yeah, so I'm back at the apartment. I'm going to make some dinner. I don't know what I'm making. I might just have some bacon and eggs. Sounds good. I might have that. And then I'm just going to chill for a little bit, and then I'll get started on working on some stuff and go from there. So that's all. I think that's all. I thought about going to Whole Foods. Well, actually, from the industry, I was going to go to Whole Foods, and I put it in my GPS because I don't know how to get from the industry to Whole Foods. I just don't know Indy that well. And, let me just say, I'm excited for one day not having to drive. Like, oh my goodness, maybe like an AI car could do it for me. I don't want to drive. I don't care. Like I like cars and stuff, but I'm fine with never having to drive. I'm just so lazy. I don't want the stress of like all of that. It's just so much, it was just so nice, But that probably won't happen. I mean, I could always just Uber. If I had unlimited money, I would just Uber everywhere, to be honest. So, okay, what was I saying? So I was going to Whole Foods, and then I typed it in, and I missed a turn, and I ended up at Amelia's and Calvin Fletcher's, but I did not go in. So I thought about going in, though, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's nothing I really want at Amelia's or that I need, and Calvin Fletcher's, I think, might have been closed. I wasn't going to check, but yeah. And I also thought about going to, whatever that place is, Shapiro's. But then I was like, no, because if I go there, I'm going to get a slice of cheesecake, and I don't need that right now, tonight. And it just, yeah. So I didn't go there. But I do love their matzo ball soup. So good. So good. That chicken, I still think about that chicken soup, the chicken broth. So, yeah, that was good. And what else? Well, that's everything. I'm going to go upstairs now, and we'll go from there. Maybe I did read in the news today that Genesis, the Hyundai, the luxury brand of Hyundai, like the Lexus of Toyota, they have the world record for the biggest drone show. That's interesting. I was like, wow, why would you do that? But whatever. They're really, Genesis is really trying to prove themselves. So I know, during my lunch break today, I was watching a lot of crime stuff, and we drove by, well, not we, like just me. I drove by the Indianapolis homicide forensic van. So I ended up, because I don't know where I'm going and I like miss turns constantly. I ended up under a bridge somewhere in downtown Indy, and I'm over here, just chilling, and like there's a car stopped in front of me so there's a light under a bridge, like a stoplight, and the car is not going, and I'm like, what is happening? And it's green, okay, and he's just standing there, not standing, like just there. So I have to get in the other lane because he's not moving, and then the light turns red, and I look to my left, and there's 3 forensic vans. Okay, there's one main forensic van, and then there's 2 other cars around it, and on the other side of the, I guess, gate or something. And I think there was a crime scene right there. So I was like, oh, that's crazy. And along with that, I've been watching a ton of stuff about crime and just that world. So I watched Next Pro, but that's not really about crime. But I guess the video today was about crime. So I watched that. And I've been watching with Real World Police. I don't know why. I just like skim through it because this YouTube channel. So it's I think he gets the videos, which is a great idea. I don't know this for a fact, but I think he finds open archives that police departments have to post, and he puts them into a video, and he puts the whole thing. So they're like an hour long. And I'm not going to watch an hour long of whatever's happening. So yeah, but I skipped through it, and it's interesting to see, what happens, what the police are doing, because he picks like interesting ones, like high speed chases or whatever. Like in person. Oh, I watched one about a guy impersonating a police. Man, I always wondered. So when I was younger, I had a major speeding habit. Major. Like I was bad. I don't speed now. I don't even care about driving anymore. But when I was young, I just had a really bad. Okay, all that to say, I was in this small town called Stonehenge, North Carolina. And I was driving to see someone, and I was driving back to my town. And I remember this truck, I was probably speeding, and this truck that was not like when you're like, I knew what police cars were like in my area. They're very easy to know, and I know the North Carolina police cars. And I remember this truck came up behind me trying to pull me over, and it wasn't a police car. He didn't have blue lights. It was a yellow light. And I'm like, I am not stopping for this guy. This is probably some crazy person. So I didn't pull over. I just drove away. Nothing happened. So it's crazy. I always wonder if that was an impersonator. Maybe it was. And then I watched something on state prisons. So the Indiana State Prison, which you might have seen. It's been trending on YouTube. It's kind of old, but it's like a PBS or BBC documentary about Indiana State Prison, or the Indiana State Prison. It's very interesting. So, yeah, that's that. One of my best friends growing up actually is in prison right now. So, hope he's doing well. As well as you can do. So, but yeah, it's crazy where life takes you, but I will say he had a lot rougher. My friend, we grew up together. We played every day. We played on the trampoline, but I do know his home life was completely different than mine. So we just had a different world, even though we hung out. Every day is just a different world. And then around 9th grade, we stopped hanging out. I mean, we were as close as brothers. We were basically brothers. We hung out every day after school. 9th grade, we stopped hanging out. We would see each other 10th and 11th some. We were still really tight, but it's crazy how you can have these deep relationships even before you're a full adult, and they can have such impact on your life. So, yeah, it's so interesting. But whatever, he went down a completely different path, and he's a really good-hearted person. But I think, it's just complicated. So, but it is crazy. Like I said, it's, you can have friends that you're really close with and you just kind of part ways. I mean, my friends from high school, I still consider a few of my friends from high school like family. So even though we don't talk much, well, I have a couple friends from high school that we don't talk much, but we would do anything for each other. And that's very nice. And I think a lot of people in life do not have that. And so I am very fortunate to have that. And I think that was one benefit for, going to university for me, was the friendships that you make for life. All that to say, I am very thankful for the friends I have. And and I totally see how some people don't have that luxury in life, especially maybe as you get older, or you maybe don't have a community around you, or family, or people move away. So, but yeah, man, I really miss my friends from high school, 2 of them. Normally, and probably more than normal, because I haven't seen them in almost 2 years because of the pandemic. I haven't seen them in a year and a half. I haven't seen them since 2019 December of 2019 or October of 2019, which is crazy. So normally I would see them twice a year, but whatever. Everyone's in that same boat, you know? There are people out there you haven't seen in a very long time. It's just how it is. We'll see, you know, we'll see each other sometime. So, yeah. I can't believe it's already April. Can y'all believe it's April? That's so crazy to me. So crazy. It's going to be May soon. Then it's going to be June, and then July. It's going to be 4th of July soon. I will, you know, hopefully I'm still going to be doing these vlogs in July. So I'll have to show you all the fireworks that happen in Indy. It's wild. You know, I've said this before, but dude, people in Indy or Indiana, it's not Indy necessarily. I bet less people in Indy care about fireworks than just general Indiana. Like your Indiana people, they love fireworks. I don't know why. I never would have expected that, but they do. They love fireworks. They love blowing stuff up. You know, I know most of America, especially the South, specifically the South, they view America as North and South. Northerners, Southerners, country, city. You're this way if you're a city guy or boy or girl, whatever, and you're this way if you're a Southern person, and Southern people are hardworking and like, you know, guns and blow stuff up or whatever. Well, it's crazy because Indy, you know, we're how far away we from Chicago? Like 3 hours, maybe 2.5. Nah, it's three. It's 3. I don't actually know. So, you know, you're close to a giant city. You're basically kind of in the north to most Southern people. You are definitely. You're in the Midwest. But you have, when you go, it's crazy. People in downtown Indy, like I can go to the coffee shop right here, okay? That, whatever it's called, coffee shop. They have Southern accents. Is that not crazy? We're in a city where Salesforce is the main tower, okay? Which is a tech company, one of the biggest tech companies. But just the guy down there that works at the coffee shop or who works in your building might have a Southern accent, which is surprising to most people. They have more of a Southern accent than I have, you know, and I grew up in Southern Virginia where everyone, it has a very heavy, semi-heavy Southern accent. So it probably more than normal just because of the location of where my hometown is, you know. So, and just the type of population that is there as far as a lot of people live in the woods. A lot of people really love just the country life there more than maybe someone like that's south. I mean, south of Danville, like Raleigh and stuff like that. So really, okay, I don't know what I'm talking about now. Okay, everyone, that's so funny. I'm going to go now. I hope you're all having a good Wednesday. If no one's told you this today, you are loved and this world's a better place because you are here. And if you're still watching this, comment down below. Oh man, comment down below. I'm going to get something, cassette tape or cassette. This is actually a Bluetooth cassette because I have a cassette player in this car. Now, I don't ever use it, but I used to because I don't drive anywhere really. But yeah, so comment down cassette. Do you have a cassette player? Do you have a Bluetooth cassette? When it works, this is amazing, especially if you do have a cassette player. That's so funny. Okay, everyone, I'm going to go now. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow. So, goodbye.